It is March 30th. It's basically the end of the quarter. I want to make a little video, because it's under Q1. March, a lot of mistakes were had. Now, if it's compared to January, if it's compared to February, I've already grown so much, especially in comparison to where I was in my trading last year when I said I wanted to be serious. I really feel, and I'm saying this in all the videos, but I really do feel me being at the brink of honestly making it. I have a lot more nooks and crannies to figure out, but at this point I feel like I understand everything that I do need to understand. Low, genuinely. I feel like I understand everything I need to understand, but there's just still some steps I have to take to really get there. Living how I've lived this first semester, and just my first year in college, I know that this is exactly not where I want to be. And this is not where I'm going to be. Simple as that. I know it's in God's will. I've literally done nothing but improve being in this field. And so I know this is exactly what I need to do. This is what I'm called to do. And this is exactly what I'm going to do. And I've made quite some mistakes in March. I'm not where I want to be. If I were to look at my goals, I know my goals off the top of my head. It was 4-figure payout, 5-figure payout, obviously the first payouts, and then to have 6 figures in funding or 200K in funding. But just to double check, obviously. Like, that's so crazy. Just to double check. As you can see here, February goals, this is the Q1 goals. Reach 150K in funding, fully funded across all capital. Payout of at least 4 figures, make 5 figures. And I have achieved none of that. It's been a rough quarter for me. It's been a better quarter than last quarter, but it's definitely been a rough quarter. A lot more break evens than I'd like. March, there was a whole lot more trading activity than I'd like. February, just a whole bunch of mistakes that were getting ironed out. January, so it's definitely been getting better, but it could be a lot better. There were some good losses in the mix. There were some terrible losses in the mix. And all my wins are usually good wins. I don't usually get a win that I don't follow my rules. It's usually when I lose, it's when I don't follow my rules. So I was faced with a lot of new problems, especially this, not new problems, but problems that I tackled that I now have to re-tackle. One of them was being influenced by trades, That was a cause for 1 missed profit and 2 losses. And then another loss was going for clips and this and that. I wasn't trading with the intention of trading. I wasn't doing an internal dialogue. And so, caused me to take some bad losses. Well, I wanted to take good wins. Sad. But it is what it is, right? We will, and because of that, you know, I had that break even that didn't work. Like I said, that break even was it's supposed to be the fifth time break even. But next time that happens, I just want to break even out of fear of break even because of that reason again. It's $100 just to, you know, some random charity or something like that, and I can't afford that. I literally stopped buying clothes, stopped buying stuff for me, stuff for dates for my girlfriend. I literally just stopped. If it's not health maintenance or like necessary business expenses, it's not getting got. I've made a lot of lifestyle changes. Obviously, my health is improving because of it, and I'm leaner. Getting back to the leanest I've ever been, while also being the strongest I've ever been. It's a lot of work, and I'm also trying to tackle content as well as obviously school. It is a lot of work, but this is what I tell you. I'm giving it up to God, and this is at the forefront of it all. Like this, if I could do one thing for the rest of my life, it would be this. And so I've gone through my period of losing, and the losses I took like last month would have been a way better month. It would have been if I were to actually look. We had that one was a rifle break even. I'm pretty sure, yeah, that one was a rifle break even at the beginning of March. And then we had -1R, which wasn't bad, but we know why this one lost. I'm not gonna count the mistrade R. I believe that was for USD CAD. I'm not gonna count the mistrade R. It was, I think this was, yeah, the loss in the break even here. So this was -1.5. Sorry, this was -0.5. So -1.5. Then we had a win. What was the win here? Wow. I've been really ass at journaling. No, I don't believe that. I didn't journal none of it. What? That doesn't make sense. No. Let me close that out. Oh, Bitcoin is dumping. How nice. So I might not get an entry on that. But, I mean, just based off of my trading journal, I remember the break-evens were Euro USD, GBP USD, and then I took a loss on GU. That was a good loss. It's -1R. The win was USD JPY. That was maybe 6R. So I'd be up 4R, 32. That puts me like around almost break even for the month. Having such a terrible performance. So it's beyond me that I went this whole month without journaling too, so that's an issue. But I've also been migrating to a newer journal, which actually in fact just deleted like all of my data. So that's something I'm working on today. It is sad. And this journal doesn't work either. So, yeah. We're gonna do better. April for sure. April, want to pass these accounts. I have 200K in challenges right now. 100K with Alpha Capital New, and then the FTMO, which is like a little low. I don't get an entry on Bitcoin. It's fine. I did mark it out. I just never placed my limit. Can't keep leaving those profits on the table if something looks good. Knew it was gonna be a dual purse theory, but we're gonna see what price even offers us, because it still could retrace. Like, still very well could. It just gives us a very strong, you know, bearish thing. Preferably don't want it to hit there, and obviously don't want it to hit here, because then I'm just not going to hit that. That doesn't make sense. But we have a good entry, good stop loss. Like, not chasing anything. USD JPY. I'm going to make sure that I'm, you know, doing everything in my power to make sure I'm doing the right thing. That's, you know, it's as simple as that. Doing everything in my power to do the right thing. I know if we look here, this is a high. Look the high, came here, and we actually look above it. Taking obviously below within this one. But it's like, I don't know. My whole brain has been fried for like the past week. Trying to get it clear. Just can't wait to see where I am at summer. Hopefully paid out, but even if not, I know it'll be better than what I am here. Because I can't do this, especially not this dorm living. Absolutely not. So yeah.